One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free. Then let me be free.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken. He rides on two wheels, ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals report he pays his way. More legend in the making, day by day.
Wow, it is a Topless Taco Tuesday. Great to see everyone in the chat, man. Hopefully you're all enjoying your freaking morning so far. Definitely know we are. I don't know why that just glitched like that, but hey, that's cool. Much love, honor, respect to everybody. Hopefully everyone's enjoying their morning so far. Definitely know that we are, we do our best out here. You know what I mean? We have a very interesting morning today. Our headline, the way that I have this titled, is Trump speaks after $550 billion investment over there from Tokyo, Japan. And then we have Hurricane Melissa nears landfall. We have some updates for you guys on the hurricane and more. That's the way I have it. But we're going to be starting our morning off with some terrible things to watch. There was a high-speed motorcycle chase that happened yesterday, and it was very brutal. I guess this happened somewhere over there by San Bernardino, or started in San Bernardino, something like that, over there in California. And I guess this guy ended up shooting a cop and then, fled and then crashed at a really high speed of rate of speed. So we have that video for you guys, and that's going to be our first video of the morning. Then we're going to talk about Trump meeting with Japan's first female prime minister and touts U.S. alliance. And then we have some full remarks from President Trump speaks to U.S. troops in Japan, and that happened like 5 hours ago. We're not going to end up watching the whole thing of that because obviously anytime he's, speaking to an audience, they're usually long-winded. So we're definitely not going to be listening to the whole thing there because we still have another thing that we have to listen to regarding Trump is I believe it was just 3 hours difference between him talking to the troops over there in Tokyo. And then about 3 hours later, there was this whole get-together, and Trump speaks to business leaders in Tokyo after $550 billion investment. Then we have the update regarding Hurricane Melissa. Jamaican officials provide update on Cat 5 storm. And then we, just 57 minutes ago, U.S. strikes narco-terrorist in Eastern Pacific. Defense Secretary Hegseth posted on X, quote, yesterday at the direction of the President Trump, the Department of War carried out 3 lethal kinetic strikes on 4 vessels operated by designated terrorist organizations, which are DTOs, which are anytime someone's a legitimate DTO, they're a terrorist. Trafficking narcotics in the Eastern Pacific. The 4 vessels were known by our intelligence apparatus transiting along known narco trafficking routes and carrying narcotics. 8 male narco-terrorists were aboard the vessels during the first strike. 4 male narco-terrorists were aboard the vessels during the second strike, and 3 male narco-terrorists were aboard the vessel during the third strike. A total of 14 narco-terrorists were killed during the 3 strikes, with 1 survivor. Wow. So we're going to go into all of this real quick. But before we do, make sure you guys come in and hit that like button. It helps out the show immensely, and it's absolutely free to do so. And you know what else is free is hitting that subscribe button if you're brand new here, man. So I really appreciate that. But here comes the money part. Please consider becoming a member, starting only at $2.99 a month, making sure we're not breaking the bank out there with anybody. But check it out. This is what allows us to keep the lights on and be on the airwaves here. So I very much appreciate you guys becoming members and staying members. Little side note, follow my Instagram right here at BallValveTV, where I post everything behind the scenes of not only my life, but as well as the show, Millennial Food Time, breaking news, all that great shit. It's a great way to get a hold of me one-on-one. And we also have a Discord server for all of you legends. That's where we post all of our updates, communications throughout the day, even in the middle of the night, man. So it's awesome to be a part of such an amazing community. Make sure you guys join up on that. We have, we have Naomi that will drop the link for you guys in the chat. But we also have, if you guys are watching this on the playback, go into the description down below and it'll have all the invite links for what we're talking about here. And last but not least, all super chat, super stickers, gifted membership signups are, of course, going to be presented live onto the show and shouted out. But if you guys would like to skip that YouTube 30% brutal cut that they take from your hard-earned cash,
Denied.
well, then we have these platforms right here that you guys can donate to. And, of course, I'll read them out like as if they're a super chat and shout you guys out. So I always appreciate you guys. I have my email up, so if anything comes through, I definitely will be on top of it this morning. All right. Let's go ahead and get right into the craziness, man. Real quick, before we do, actually, we should properly say hello. We got Brown Chicken in the building. We got Naomi as well. We got Mountain Woman. Good morning to you guys. We got Frank Samantero as well as Agrillipus in the building. KP, my man, great to see you. Good morning to everybody. We got Sick Bastard. As well as Charles Darwin. Good morning to you guys. Hopefully you're all enjoying. We got Riding with Rody, great to see you in the chat, man. Definitely appreciate you hanging out with us this morning. Yes, make sure you guys hit that like button. It goes a long freaking way, man. We got Joseph up there in Canada saying, good morning, Mr. Ball Breakfast Crew. Bob, and can't forget the haters, stop the cat.
Stop the cap.
I just love that shit so much. We got Ghost 1978 in here. Good morning to you. Great to see you in the chat. And yes, Agrillipus dropping it like it's hot. I very much appreciate that. We got Salty Badger saying good morning as well. Good morning, kind sir. All right, let's go ahead and get into this first story. This is not going to be we're not going to speed this up. As you guys can see, this playback speed is on normal. Anytime we're having any moving parts, we don't speed it up because we want to see realistically what happened. The only time that we use, the speed up feature or whatever the case is with a playback speed is when we're watching politics and people standing at a podium and they're talking slow. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get into this a little bit. This is definitely going to be a heavier story here because a lot going on here. And we're probably going to end up skipping ahead into more of where they explain the story a little bit or whatnot. So let's see. This is when the very first part of the pickup started. This is when the ghetto bird got on top of him. And this dude's already doing 141 right now. 141.
40 miles an hour
That's
right
fast.
now at this point. So obviously a breaking news.
He's down to
event there
120.
taking place in Southern California. We're not exactly sure if this is a chase.
Yo, we got EOD Speaks in the chat. Good morning. Great to see you in the chat. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning. Your Topless Taco Tuesday. Absolutely.
Police in pursuit as of yet.
So the bird is on him, but no cops yet. After he just shot a cop in San Bernardino and killed a cop. So we're going to skip ahead here.
These types of speeds. We're continuing
Doing a
on.
$130.
You can see it right there. As far as law enforcement behind him, I would venture to say...
No, Glare. He didn't get smoked by a car. He smoked himself against that car.
The only thing that's going to be keeping up is a helicopter. Are they making calls? Are they getting other units ahead of them? I would say yes. But these high speeds, well into the triple digits. Eminently copy all.
It's pretty stupid. Like, where are you jetting off to? Honestly. I don't think you're going to be able to get away from this one. Oh, that's interesting, Glare. We're going to see this together. We're going to analyze it.
I bet. Yep, there's one of them, CHP. I don't want to lose him, but I also don't want to, I don't want to show too much of the CHP just because I don't want to lose the bike.
Right. Just
Yes, of
stay
course,
on the
Lisa,
bike.
I can always hear.
What's up, Steve? We got brother Steve in the chat saying fuck 12. Absolutely. Great to see you in the chat, man.
All right, just listening in there to this. Stu Mandel doing a great job, courtesy of our Sky
Wow,
Fox,
Salty.
Fox 11 crew, upwards of 140 miles an hour right now in Southern California, saying this one potentially tied to another incident of shots fired there between law enforcement and individuals. So we're not exactly sure what's going on here, but obviously.
Okay, we're going to speed up a little bit. Here.
In Southern California.
What is he doing? He's actually giving signals and
they're
shit?
pointing right now. You can also see them just put up kind of this locator saying in Piedmont, in the Mesa, the 210 in that carpool lane. So I believe Stu might be
I fucking hate the 210.
talking more. Let's just listen in.
Chasing this motorcycle. Who is this motorcycle? Well, working, again, I would venture to say it is correct. Is it correct? We're still working on
I don't know if he ended up passing from it, but I do know that he ended up getting airlifted, and it wouldn't be surprising to me if he did not.
The information. Skyfox, we were in the...
That is true, Blair, but that's on a traffic violation. Unfortunately, when you just smoke a cop, they ain't giving up on you. They're not going to give up on you. That's not how that's going to work. They're going to go all the way with it. Man, I accidentally fucking hit the back button on my mouse. What a retard. All right, back to this. Smoking himself. All right, so let's go ahead and speed up a little bit here. We're going to skip past a couple minutes.
Very
there it goes. Now, people are speculating that when he is riding the bike, no hands, and when he crashes into this car, or the car, comes over in from the other, the lane or whatever the case is, apparently in that moment, he's got a gun, and he's trying, from what I've heard, it may not be completely true yet. I haven't even analyzed the video. But I guess when his hands are off from his bars, he is reloading his firearm. And that would make sense. And then why he ended up running into that car.
With the way they're...
Look it up at Poncho. Yo, making it rain, bro. Thank you very much. It not only helps me, but it helps someone in the Breakfast Club. I very much appreciate that. Back, instant replay.
Doesn't mean that this is...
Okay. He's doing some shit he's grabbing something from his back. He's got his other hand in his jacket or something. No, he's just right. Possibly this car was lane changing or something. I can't really tell from the car.
Right now it looks...
Okay, I'm going to try to... Oh, yep. He does come over. He's definitely in the motion of coming over. Yikes. Okay, and what's interesting about that is the car even leans into it. He leans into it, and that's actually the best thing you can do because you don't want to run off and hit someone else in the other lane. I don't know that guy's intention, but that is, he actually gets airlifted from this whole ordeal here. And, but yeah, you got to also remember this guy had just smoked a cop, you know what I mean, over there. Now he's in Ontario, but he was where he started, I guess, where it happened was San Bernardino, which is very close to Ontario, by the way. I mean, it's fairly close. The FAFO award of the week? Yeah, fuck around and find out. And he definitely did find out. Pursuing this as I would have imagined. I mean, there is a decent amount for how short of a, listen, this is 10 minutes into this. And I don't know how long the guy was running prior to the ghetto bird fucking getting on top of him. And, I can't imagine it being longer than maybe 5-10 minutes. You know what I mean? So, if that. So, that's a terrible beginning of the, storyline here, but we did have to show you guys what has happened. So, yesterday, 13 hours ago, basically in the evening, Trump meets with Japan's first female prime minister, touts U.S. alliance. Let's go ahead and bring this up, and we'll go ahead and discuss it together here.
All right, let's go out live right now to Tokyo, moments away from seeing President Trump and the Prime Minister of Japan, and they will be having their meeting and also doing remarks. Here we go, the President coming through. Let's listen in.
I agree with this, Naomi. Definitely money me. Let's get the money part over. You know what I mean? Let's just get it over.
All right, just get the money part done.
Give me money. Money me. Money now. Me a money needing a lot now.
Facts. Definitely facts. All right, back to this. Now, did they end up speaking here at all, or is this them just showing off what they're doing here? Yeah, a little bit of just show off. Pictures, taking pictures with each other. That's fantastic. She's all happy. That's awesome. She's got a big smile. And then, of course, they have their ceremony and shit like that, which is cool. Okay. Let's see what else is happening here. Looks like just a lot of meet and greet shit.
In the Middle East is an unprecedented standing. First of all,
I do want to hear this. I didn't realize that they're going to speak in this.
First of all, thank you for your enduring friendship with Prime Minister Abe over the years. In addition, thank you for extending gracious hospitality to Mrs. Akie Abe at the end of last year.
実は安倍総理からはよくトランプ大統領のダイナミックな外交について話を聞いていました。タイとカンボジアの停戦に成功し、トランプ大統領はまずアジアの平和に貢献をされました。それから先般の中東における合意の実現もですね、これはかつてない歴史的偉業です。
As a matter of fact, Prime Minister Abe often told me about your dynamic diplomacy. Most recently, Mr. President succeeded in securing a ceasefire deal between Thailand and Cambodia and contributed to...
No, I haven't been following that like I should be, Steve. I'll definitely look into it more. But I heard it is chaos.
...ensuring peace in Asia. Also, the deal you have recently achieved in the Middle East is an unprecedented historic achievement.
Wow, very historic achievement, she said, regarding the Middle East. We got Straight Jacket in the building saying good morning, motherfuckers, and a morning IWF. Yes, great to see you in the chat, man. Hopefully you're enjoying your Topless Taco Tuesday so far. Great to see you.
世界はより平和になりました。で、この世界の平和と安定へのトランプ大統領の揺るぎないコミットを高く評価します。で、私自身も強い感銘を受けました。
In such a short period of time, the world...
No. This is in Tokyo, EOD. Yeah, this is in Tokyo as of this morning. No. Yesterday, I'm sorry.
...started to enjoy more peace on the ground. And in this context, I highly value your unwavering commitment towards peace and stability. I, myself, was so impressed and inspired by...
Real quick, Liquored Up with Poncho comes in with $2 saying $2 make you holler. Absolutely. Shit. Appreciate that.
You, Mr. President.
今や、日米は世界で最も偉大な同盟になりました。で、日本も共に、世界の平和と繁栄に貢献をしてまいります。
Now both Japan and the United States have developed the greatest alliance in the world. And together with you, Japan is ready to contribute towards peace and stability.
私は日本の国益を守り抜くためにも強い日本外交を取り戻す決意です。そして自由で開かれたインド太平洋の進展に向けても日米でさらに協力を進めたいと考えています。
Yeah, I see what you're saying here, Steve. And yeah, kind of like us. You saw exactly what we did. We handled it too, and we're still handling it. But great to hear that they will save their people. That's great to hear.
I am determined to restore dynamic Japan's diplomacy to protect Japan's own national interest. In addition,
Chatting with Stacks, my man, great to see you in the chat, man. Good morning.
I'm ready to promote further collaboration with you and with the United States toward our shared goal of achieving a free and open Indo-Pacific.
James, good morning.
日本の国力、つまり外交力、防衛力、経済力、技術力、情報力、人材力を強くするリーダーとして働いてまいる決意です。
So let me share with you my determination. I will continue to strive as the leader of Japan to strengthen Japan's national power, namely diplomacy, defense capabilities, economic power, technology, intelligence, and human resources.
来年は、米国建国250周年、ですよね。で、共に、日本も共に盛大にお祝いをしたいと思っております。ワシントン DC に250本の桜を、寄付する予定です。それからまた来年7月。
Don't worry, we're not going to have, we're not going to watch an entire, 10 minutes of this shit, but I definitely want to hear a little bit of their back and forth here. Because we still have to listen to what Trump has said over there regarding the U.S. troops in Japan, and then having just 2 hours later, which is only about 3 hours ago, or three hours later, then there was Trump speaking to business leader in Tokyo after $550 billion investment. So yeah, it just came out. All right.
Next year, the United States will mark the semi-quincentennial.
When you hear that guy speaking, Naomi, that's him doing the translation for her.
Anniversary. Japan and I would like to join the United States to have a magnificent celebration. We'll extend a gift of 250 cherry trees to Washington, D.C. In addition, I understand that fireworks from Japan, from Akita Prefecture, will be shown in Washington, D.C. on July 4th next year.
日本とアメリカを、より強く豊かにするために、日米同盟の新たな黄金時代をトランプ大統領とともに作り上げていきたいと願っております。ありがとう。
Through these efforts, together with you, Mr. President, I would like to realize a new golden age of Japan-U.S. alliance where both Japan and the United States will become stronger and also more prosperous. Thank you.
Wow, that's a big thing for her to say. That's awesome. Great to hear.
Well, I want to thank you very much, and I want to congratulate you. As you know, Shinzo Abe was a great friend of mine, and I was very saddened to see what happened. It was so shocking, but he spoke so well of you, even before we knew what was going to happen and your ascension. He spoke.
What's up, Jeremy Ryan? Good morning.
So well of you, long before we met, and I'm not surprised to see that you are now the Prime Minister. And he would be very happy to know that, and I congratulate you on behalf of the United States of America.
総理ありがとうございます。まずご着任の、に対して、祝したいと思います。晋三は私にとって非常に素晴らしい友人でありました。本当に、彼が亡くなったことはショッキングであり悲しい出来事でありました。また、安倍晋三氏からは、かなり、総理の
Man, Japanese is just so fast.
ことを、よく、話されておられました。ですのでお会いする前から、総理になるということを、私が知る前から素晴らしい話をよく聞いております。ですので、晋三氏もかなり喜んでいらっしゃると思いますし、米側を代表して私の方からも
She's got a big smile on her face.
I know that you are increasing your military capacity very substantially, and we've received your orders for a very large amount of new military equipment, and you know that we make the best military equipment in the world, the jets, the missiles, and everything else, and hopefully we don't have to use them very much, if at all. But we appreciate that order, and we very much appreciate the trade. We're going to do tremendous trade together, I think more than ever before. We're just signing a new deal, and it's a very fair deal, and we look forward to welcoming Japan into the United States and a continuation, and it's something that everybody is very, very excited about.
Good. All right, so we'll go ahead and leave it at that. Let's go ahead and see what Trump is saying just this morning to the troops over there in Japan. We're not going to listen to this whole bit. We're just going to get a little bit of the consensus of what happened because we still need to talk about the big $550 billion investment. So,
What a group. All champions. Well, thank you very much. A big hello. This is a special group of patriots, champions, winners. You are winners. Oh, I'd love to have your job.
What's up, brother Dean Savage over there in Israel? Great to see you in the chat. Hopefully you're enjoying your Topless Taco Tuesday afternoon/evening.
And a very special hello to the greatest sailors anywhere in the seas, the incredible men and women of the United States
Extra
Navy.
surprise.
Very special people. Thank you very much. It's a great honor. Great honor to be here. But I'm thrilled to be here among thousands of proud American patriots aboard the 100,000 tons, that's a lot of tonnage. Forward deployed symbol of American might, power, and prestige, the legendary USS George Washington. This is some ship. They don't make them this way anymore.
Brother Frederick,
we're not
good morning.
supposed to say that, but they really don't. This is great stuff. This is really an incredible GW. They call it GW, right? It's. And we've come this afternoon to celebrate the strength and the skill and service of everyone on the ship. So we're going to all relax. We're going to have a good time. We're not going anywhere, you know. If you go back to Washington, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. But I want to just tell you that you are special people, and we're going to have a little fun. And I'm going to tell you how great our country is and how well we're doing, because a year and a half ago, we had a different country than we do right now.
We don't need to hear that. So anyways, he's going to go ahead and just hype up the troops over there and talk to them. Honestly, we're not going to get too much other facts that we don't already know. So we're going to go ahead and move on. At least you guys know that happened today. And then a few hours later, this comes out.
You know what? Sit down. You're just all happy because the stock market hit an all-time high today, which it did. You made a lot of money. You're making a lot of money. But I congratulate you. It really is. It's an amazing room of people, tremendously successful, great businessmen, beyond business, really. Most of you are really beyond business.
So do they fly with the podium for the President of the United States? That's fucking crazy. I didn't actually know that.
It's an honor to be with you. We had a long day, a long couple of days. We were in Malaysia. We're celebrating a great...
Can you guys get the fucking audio right on Trump, please?
Into a war that could have happened. It was a big deal. I won't bore you with the facts, but we ended 8 wars in eight months, and I think there's another one coming. I thought the one coming was a lot easier than the Middle East. We did great with the Middle East, but with Russia, I thought that was going to be an easy one, Ukraine and Russia, because of the relationship with President Putin, but that didn't work out too well so far, but it will.
Yeah, they just fixed it right now when they changed their scene. That's what that's called. And they changed the image, the different camera, that's a different scene, and has the clean channel, I guess.
It'll be... That'll be number 9. I think that's just about it. Anyone starts, I think, generally speaking, I'll end it. Otherwise, a lot of people die, and we don't like that. But I want to thank our outstanding ambassador, George Glass, who you just heard from. Thank you, George.
Cool. I really don't care about that.
A wonderful place where I think our planes were shot down. 7.
Okay, so it automatically told me to jump right here, and I don't know why I trust it, but we're going to go ahead and do it.
Of trade. If you look at India and Pakistan, they were going at it. 7 planes were shot down. 7 brand new, beautiful planes were shot down, and they were going at it, 2 big nuclear powers. And I said to Prime Minister Modi, and I said to the Prime Minister, a very nice man, a very good man, and the Field Marshal over in Pakistan, I said, look, we're not going to do any trade if you're going to be fighting. No, one thing has nothing to do with the other. I said, it has a lot to do with the other. 2 nuclear powers. We get that nuclear dust all over the place. All of you are affected, right? Then we said, no, we're not doing any deals if you're going to fight. And within about 24 hours, that was the end of that. It was amazing, actually. And we've done numerous like that. I would say trade is responsible for 70% of the fact that we didn't have wars by using our heads, because they want to trade with the United States. But I said, we're not going to trade if you're going to go to war. And it's amazing how quickly they were able to make deals. And, they would have been fighting for 10 years, killing millions of people, numerous of them. So we're very happy about that. But I also want to say that U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer's, he's really fit. Where is he? He leaves everybody happy. Because everybody, they have such confidence in him. Even the other side. I mean, you have to have both sides have confidence, especially.
Come on, I don't care about that shit. I want to hear about this trade, bro.
Very well. First woman prime minister. And I said, you already hit the highest stock price you've ever hit. So she's very happy. And we spent the whole day together. It was beautiful. And she's.
And that was yesterday, by the way. This is today.
We went out to the USS George Washington, the SS George Washington. It was really great. The sailors and a lot of others. We had a lot of people, a lot of military people were there. But boy, that was some scene. It was incredible. You wouldn't believe that a ship could hold that many people. But I just want to say that she is a delight, and I think she's going to be a great prime minister. I really do. I've got to know her pretty well in a short period.
Hell yeah, Crystal. Always appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us. And, I appreciate anybody that goes back and watches what we present here. I think that it's worth watching from beginning to end what we do here. I'm not saying that for the majority of YouTubers, but hey, listen, we try to give you guys an hour solid of just facts of what's happening. So appreciate you guys.
She was a very good friend and ally of Shinzo Abe, who is a friend of mine, one of my best friends in terms of this world, the world of nations. And he was a great man, and he got, unfortunately, what happened to him was sad, very sad. But he was a great leader, and we miss him very much. But a fantastic tribute to the U.S.-Japanese alliance aboard that ship today, think of it, USS George Washington. It's the only ship that just doesn't come back to the United States. It stays here. And it's very proud. This is our largest military contingent, Pete. I think like 66,000 soldiers, Navy and others. So this was a fantastic day. The level of excitement and enthusiasm, it's so
cool. But Trump, get to the trade, please, bro. Just please.
It beats 38 years, right? But now
I'm fast forwarding, by the way.
We did it for a period of 10 years instead of a period of 1 year. It's much stronger. It's and you can deduct structures and for the people, you have no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. Think of it, no tax on overtime for your workers, and it really covers everything. The great big beautiful bill. We got everything done. I said, let's get it all done. A lot of people want to do it little small pieces, like 9 of them, 12 of them. I said, put it all into one bill, and if we get it done, we're done for 4 years. We don't need anything more from Congress in terms of that, right, Scott? We got it all done. It was a little risky, but because
I have not heard that yet. I have not heard that, Charles.
We didn't get it done. I don't know. Who knows what will
I'll look
happen
into
with
it,
these
though.
radical left lunatics that we have to deal with. But we got it all done, and now we're set, and you're set. The investment in this country is set. You have all that you want. The people in this room are the living embodiment of the U.S.-Japanese economic partnership that together we're taking to even greater heights. It will, I think, never be like it is now, but it'll get even better if that's possible. I especially want to thank Japanese companies, SoftBank. I think Masa is here. Where's Masa? I played golf with this guy last week. He sank every putt, every putt. We played with Bryson DeChambeau. We had a great match. The great Gary Player. Gary Player's 90 years.
Trump, I don't care, bro. I don't care about these personal things. I want to hear the trade, please.
We had a great time, and you played great, and you putted very well, and I appreciate it, because I now have an extra trophy on my desk.
I'm still going to fast forward on that.
Bing, and we didn't.
No, he's still talking about it.
It's not a contribution; it's an investment. We're
okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
Better than all the deals he's made. Very much, Masa. That's being, and we didn't have to putt because we're playing best ball, so we didn't have to putt. So thank you very much, Masa. That's better than all the deals you made. That made him feel better than all the deals he's made.
Oh, wow.
Thank
a
you.
whole golf story.
We'll do it again. But
Okay.
I also want to thank Toyota for that great, it's not a contribution, it's an investment. We're having investments in our country greater than ever.
So Toyota specific is one of the investors. We got Josephus up in the building. Shout out to you. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning so far.
Greater than
Great
any
to see you.
country has ever had, actually. We'll talk
And
about
Rob's
that.
neighbor. What's
and
up?
I also want to thank the people
My
from
man.
Carrier are here someplace. Where's Carrier that were here? Just thank you very much. They made a big contribution also to the White House fund. We're redoing lots of things in the White House. We're bringing it up to the way it should be. And you probably heard, I don't know if anybody heard about, we're building a little ballroom over there. People are loving it. Now they're loving it. It took them a little while to understand what was going on. But now we actually got an editorial from the Washington Post and from the New York Times.
I don't care about that right now, Trump.
Eating and things, and they were very generous. It's really fantastic what they did. And with the help of many of you here tonight, almost all of you, the only people that haven't done anything snuck into the room because I think.
So just so you guys know, the way that Trump goes and he does his speeches, this is very standard. He's got a transcript on both sides that he's looking. And so when he's watching either one of these sides and he's reading the transcript, that's when he's going exactly where the facts are being announced. And then what he does is he stops at like a paragraph and then he'll end up giving his feeling and his own emotion in the way he speaks. And that's why people love him. That is true. That is one of the things. But sometimes when you're just trying to get the fucking fact of what is happening, it is very difficult when you have someone like that is long-winded in that regard, which I think to an extent we all do enjoy.
You're all here because of what you've done. And so if there's anybody that hasn't done anything, please raise your hand and we'll throw you the hell out of here, okay? But Japan is already America's 6th largest trading partner, and I think as of today, that's gone up probably 2 notches, and the #1 source of foreign direct investment. And so they're very happy because, as goes our market, so many countries, they invest in the United States, but we've never had anything quite like what's happening. And I think it's going to get better. I can say it now. So we have over $17 trillion of investment in 8 months. And I think by the time we go to the 12-month period, we'll have over 20 or $21 trillion invested or to be invested, very importantly. I mean, the money's coming in, and a lot of it's commitments that are incredible. Tim Cook is doing, I think, like $600 or $650 billion, right? Think of it. You've done more than the entire group here. We raised $518 billion, and there's one man sitting here at $650.
Damn. He's just calling it like it is. Like, yeah, we had to go scrounge around for this 518 billion, and meanwhile, we got the other half of the equation who invested $600+ billion.
But good, and everything is they're treating you great, right? We give them fast permits. We give everybody fast permits. No more waiting 20 years before you get rejected.
What's up, brother SST? Up in the building. Shout out. Good morning.
You know, that used to have a process. I know a couple of people.
Much
they
love, honor,
started a
respect.
process when they were
Kind
young
sir,
men.
KP. We'll see you.
Now they're old men and they got rejected. Can you imagine? They devoted their whole life to getting a couple of permits. One of the things I did that's really helping AI because of the massive amount of electricity that they need is I said, you build your own power plant if you'd like. So far, everybody said, well, we like. But at first, they weren't doing it. I said, I wonder why. Because they didn't believe me. They didn't believe they were actually getting this. You know, we have a grid that's like a lot of grids it's old.
It
and
is.
nobody ever said that we're going to be,
It's
doubling. You have
outdated
to
like a
double or
motherfucker.
triple the amount of electricity that we currently have. As an example, in the United States, you have to triple it. But
well, yeah, I mean, here's a very good example. I mean, when I first moved here, I had a fairly old AC heat unit. And that shit, month by month was way more expensive than the brand new ones that are out now. Very efficient, stuff like that. It actually dropped my fucking my electrical bill, but like half. So anyways, just something to be said. I'm sure if we're using fucking parts of the grid that were last updated in the 60s and built in the 60s and maybe updated in the 70s, at this point, could you imagine if we actually had a brand new grid with today's modern technology? It would be so efficient. It would be, but it would cost a lot of money to upfront.
double it at a minimum, but really triple it in order to take care of just AI. Can you believe this? More than double what we have currently. So for all of that, we have to more than double it. And I said, well, that's not, something you can do from the grid. I mean, how would you do that? You have an old grid and it's doing okay. We're fixing it, but you can't do that. And I came up with the idea that you're building a plant. They're spending $50 billion to build a plant. I said, you can build your own electric generating sources. And honestly, some of the people in this room, they're building electric generators that are so far beyond anything that's ever been built before. They're using all different types of fuel. They're using nuclear. They're using oil and gas. They're using coal as a backup. Coal is a great backup. If something happens, you can put it aside. And if you ever need it, you can use it. But it's a great thing. And we're getting you very fast approvals. Lee Zeldin's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, we are now at 38 trillion. Surprise. Surprise. We're at 38 trillion. Buy gold and silver now. Shit. Just saying.
We're giving you fast approvals. You don't have to wait, 9 years. You're waiting a matter of weeks, literally a matter of weeks. You're coming in with the best engineers in the world. You know what you're doing. And so as you build your plant, you're sort of in the utility business, like Con Edison in New York. You're building your own electric, and you can build it as much as you want. And if you have any left over, you sell it into the grid. So our grid picks up a lot of electric without really us doing anything. You talk about private sector, that's the ultimate, but everybody loves it. And they're coming, honestly, I mean, somebody that understands that better than information, which is what the other part makes. You're going to make a lot of money with information. And but somebody that really does understand the generation of electricity, the kind of plants that are being built.
What's up, Tiffany? Good morning. Great to see you in the chat.
Are unbelievable. They're far beyond anything being built in terms of your regular utility companies, which, it's sort of an older business. So I congratulate you. But the beauty is that you start building immediately. Tim, you don't have to wait, well, if we went by the grid 10, 12, 15 years, but the permits are fast and you open as soon as you have your plants or your combination of plants. Some are building it on top. Some are building it to the side. Some are building separate buildings. Some are building in one building. And I love the idea. But literally, it took them a while to really, they thought I was kidding. It was so good. They said, no, he's kidding. I said, I'm not kidding. That's why we're leading China. We're leading everybody in this race. So we're with you all the way. And I hope everyone's going to do great and make a tremendous amount of money and create a lot of jobs under the historic trade deal with the Prime Minister that I signed today and private sector agreements that were signed moments ago. We'll be increasing our commerce very, very much further. Japan's going to be investing $550 billion into the United States, and it's an amazing thing, and they're happy, and they're gonna love it. It's going to be really good. It's going to be great for everybody. But building up an allied industrial base, and one of the things that makes me so happy is they'll be taking some of our product. Japan has, I don't think I'm saying anything that's very secret. They've been typically slightly closed as a country. It was not easy to come in, but they're taking some of our cars and a lot of our different thing, rice, which is actually a big deal because, as you know, they wouldn't do that, and they're taking corn, and they're taking the Ford 150 here.
Man, I didn't know we're exporting rice to Japan. Holy shit.
Big thing, some of our cars. So it's really a great thing. It's going to be great for them. It's going to be great for everybody. But we're doing semiconductors together, critical minerals, shipbuilding. We're starting shipbuilding together. And they're doing pretty well with shipbuilding. They're number 3. They're going to be coming over to the United States and building ships in some of the yards. We have some great yards. You know, the United States was number 1 during World War II, number 1 in the world in shipbuilding by far. We would produce a ship a day. Can you believe it? A ship a day, you know, freighters and this and that, but some big ones too, some great warships. And we just let that, our leadership, the person standing right where I am numerous years ago, a number of them, they just let it slip. And so we're going to be very heavy into the shipbuilding in a very pretty short period of time. It takes a while to get that one going, but to think that we were number 1 in the world, and now we're, you know, we basically don't make very many ships anymore. We do beautiful Coast Guard cutters. We do beautiful.
The taxes, the amount of taxes that go into shipbuilding here in the United States is so not worth it when you can have it built somewhere else. And then guess what? You sail it over back over here. Yeah. Once people figured out that game, U.S. shipbuilders were like, see ya.
Smaller ships like destroyers, etc. But we don't really do what we should be doing. And we will be doing that pretty soon. But the deals will create jobs and opportunity, wealth, tremendous wealth and security for both sides and for both sides of the Pacific, and make our cherished bond between the two countries even better. And we've got so many wonderful deals, but this is one that people have been very, very interested in. They really waited for this day. And I found it to be an amazing day. Not an easy day. I think we've gone to about 9 stops. You think Biden could have done this? I don't think so. You think so? I've been walking back and forth. Sir, we're going over here. It's just a quarter of a mile. Walking would be fine, sir. Oh, thanks a lot. You know.
Okay, that's enough, Trump. All right, we got the gist over here. We still got 2 stories to get through over here, so we're gonna run these real quick. We got an update just as of a couple of hours ago. Hurricane Melissa, Jamaican officials provide update on the Category 5 storm. So let's go ahead and bring this up here. Bam.
As we are approaching the top of the hour here, you are taking a live look over Jamaica, where Hurricane Melissa is inching closer to making landfall. Now, the storm maintaining its powerful Category 5 status. We told you Monday that officials there reported at least 3 storm-related deaths during the preparations. That number sadly could rise. We know that catastrophic, life-threatening flash flooding and landslides are forecast throughout the day, as the tropical storm force winds and conditions have already been impacting parts of the island. I do want to bring in Matthew Samuda. He is Jamaica's Minister of Water, Environment, and Climate Change, to talk more about this. And Matthew, I know you're very busy, so thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us.
Good morning, Josh. Good morning to you viewers.
Of course. And first off, I did just want to ask you what the situation is like there right now in Jamaica, because we've seen a lot of the live images and it looks like the waves are moving fast, and you do have
What's up, brother Steve Posey? Good morning to you. Great to see you in the chat, bro.
Water kind of flowing in some of the streets, it looks like.
So on the eastern half of the island, we are experiencing tropical storm conditions. At about an hour ago, I was updated that the sustained winds at the Norman Manley International Airport were at about 39.
I can hear him, and I'm making it out what he's saying, but his microphone is so dog shit that there's too much echo there. He's not using a microphone. He's using like his cell phone or some shit. So anyways, I put the captions on.
Miles an hour, the sustained winds in Montego Bay, which is on the northwestern end of the island, are about 40 miles an hour. I'm sure that it is continuing to increase steadily as Hurricane Melissa draws closer to landfall. But we are seeing gusts at particular parts in the country, not sustained winds just yet, but gusts of wind above hurricane.
What's up, brother Bob, up there in Canada? Great to see you as well. Good morning.
Level strength. It is at the center of our rainy season. October is traditionally the wettest month in Jamaica, so we've had rain for the past 3 weeks or so, on and off. But over the last 3 or so days, we've had sustained rainfall associated with outer bands and squalls associated with Hurricane Melissa. So you're seeing very saturated ground. which is going to lead to flooding in low-lying areas. It is going to lead to rivers being, forming a state of spate, and they will rise. So we are anticipating flooding. It is why the government would have moved to implement evacuation orders in some areas that we know will be faced not just with traditional flooding, but with the 17-foot storm surge associated with this particular storm. These areas are at particular risk. When you add 17 feet of storm surge to 30 to 40 inches of rain to 170 mile an hour winds, it's a perfect catastrophe. So we are encouraging.
I mean, that is pretty fucking scary to like deal with when it goes right over Jamaica. It's going to be, I mean, we're going to be looking at 150 mile per hour plus winds. And he's saying, up to 170.
Citizens to use any of our 800 shelters, the shelter nearest to them.
What's up, 2-4? Good morning.
To heed the warnings of the government. The time that they're able to evacuate is indeed coming to an end. We won't be able to send out our police or defense force or the fire department to assist beyond a point where it's safe for them to do so. But we have been in, I think.
I'd like to see the track if they show it at all on here. But I do see these images. These images are pretty damning here.
National Hurricane Center is indeed a
looks pretty wild out there.
You layer that in with a 17-foot storm surge in a country where
that's pretty brutal.
Kilometers from the sea, 70% of the population resides. You understand the.
Here's more. Here's the cameras. Check this shit out.
The conditions that makes it too dangerous to evacuate now. So if they are in an area where the government has asked them to do so,
man, this shit down here just looks like straight up the fucking favelas of like Brazil and shit.
Strongly recommend that they do. If they're
but they've actually got a street here, which is nice. In the favelas, usually they don't even have fucking streets, just dirt roads.
I'm sure of the strength and resilience of their housing or their.
What's up, Hardwire? Good morning.
We'd also recommend that they go to shelters.
Great to see you in the chat.
And we're looking at some of the live images that are coming in, several of them from Sea Jamaica. But you can see those waves. You can also see what looks like some damage there on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Not sure if that is from the storm, but conditions definitely deteriorating at this point.
And all of those images are from the southeast of the island. So apart from the one with the river, which is obviously in Spate, which is in St. Catherine, the other images are indeed from Kingston, Jamaica. So we'd expect that the weather situation.
Well, this is not going to turn out very fucking good. This is going to be one of those situations, like rebuild situations. Yeah, this is going to be very rough for them. Okay, so let's go ahead and figure out what our next course of action is here this morning. Let me go ahead and pull up what we have here. An hour ago, U.S. strikes narco-terrorists in Eastern Pacific, like I told you guys at the top of the hour. I guess he took out like 3 different boats from using 3 different strikes and killed 14 narco-terrorists total. And this just is being reported as of 1 hour ago. So, yeah, right when we started. Let's go ahead and bring this up.
So we do have some breaking news that we're following here. Let's put up this post from Fox News saying, breaking, U.S. kills 14 alleged drug traffickers and strikes on 4 boats in Eastern Pacific. That's according to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, as he did share a post to social media. I'm going to ask my producer, Julian, to pull that up for you right now. Let's read this out to you in full. It says, yesterday, at the direction of President Trump, the Department of War carried out 3 lethal kinetic strikes on 4 vessels operated by designated terrorist organizations trafficking narcotics in the Eastern Pacific. The 4 vessels were known by our intelligence apparatus, transiting along known narco trafficking routes and carrying narcotics. 8 male narco terrorists were aboard the vessels during the first strike. 4 male narco terrorists were aboard the vessel during the second strike. 3 male narco terrorists were aboard the vessel during the third strike. A total of 14 narco terrorists were killed during the 3 strikes, with 1 survivor. All strikes were in international waters, with no U.S. forces harmed. Regarding that survivor, U.S. Southcom immediately initiated search and rescue.
So this is interesting. So 14 died, and there was 1 that survived. I'm interested in that person that survived.
rescue standard protocols. Mexican SAR authorities accepted the case and assumed responsibility for coordinating the rescue. The department has spent over 2 decades defending other homelands. Now we're defending our own. These narco-terrorists have killed more Americans than Al-Qaeda, and they will be treated the same. We will track them, we will network them, and then we will hunt and kill them. I also wanted to share this video that was posted by Secretary Hegseth on his social media there. As you can see, the image there of the strike. This all coming after the U.S. military last week launched...
Yeah, you know what's interesting about these? You know, let me go ahead and back this up where we can see a little bit better of the image.
I also wanted to share this video that was posted by Secretary Hegseth on his social media there. As you can see, the image...
There it is. So, if you look at these boats here, these are, you know, these fucking, I forget the exact what they call them, but they're fucking banana boats, whatever. They're little skiffs, and they are actually somewhat large. And then people have made the claim like, oh, these guys are fishing or whatever the case is. Well, here's the truth. When you've got 4 engines on the back of each one of these fucking boats, you ain't just going out fishing, homie. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Unless you're from like fucking Miami, you know. But down there especially, no, that shit is for fucking hauling.
There of the strike. This all coming after the U.S. military last week launched its 9th strike against an alleged drug-carrying vessel, killing 3 people in the Eastern Pacific Ocean, expanding the Trump administration's campaign against drug trafficking in South America. It followed another strike earlier that week, also in the Eastern Pacific, that killed 2 people. The attacks were departures from the 7 previous U.S. strikes that had targeted vessels in the Caribbean Sea. The strikes represent an expansion of the military's targeting area, as well as a shift to the waters off South America, where much of the cocaine from the world's largest producers is smuggled. Hegseth's social media posts also drew comparison between the war on terrorism that the U.S. declared after 9/11 attacks and the Trump administration's crackdown. So again, that happened last week, but this breaking news we are bringing you here right now. As we put up this post again from Fox News, I'm going to see if we can put that back up here. But we are learning that the U.S. has struck narco-terrorists in the Eastern Pacific. And once again, here is that post there from Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. My producer, Juliana, I'm asking if we could get the Fox News post back up here as well. She's going to swap that back for us here. As we're learning, the U.S. has killed 14 alleged drug traffickers in strikes on 4 boats in the Eastern Pacific. Once again, this just coming out here from Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. We'll continue to follow all of this for you.
Of course, and we will as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and figure out who is live right now that we can send you guys off to, a raid. I very much appreciate every single one of you guys and your contributions. Everyone that helps out, engages in the chat, whether that's donations, whether that is you guys, leaving comments, live comments in the chat. All of them do exactly what, we can't do this shit without you guys. And real quick, we got a $1 donation on the Cash App from our buddy fucking Straight Jacket, saying for Steve Straight 2028. Appreciate you, kind sir, for that. Listen, I can't thank you each and all enough for what you guys do here. Thank you guys for supporting the channel and what we do. We will be back tomorrow morning for more of the World's Menace as we continue on this truth-seeking adventure. Make sure you guys stick around. We're going to be raiding our buddy Rob Norris. Stick around for that. And listen, go ahead and let them know that we're coming through with the Mike Ball raid. And hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of your Topless Taco Tuesday. And we'll see you tomorrow morning for more of the World's Menace. Until then, God bless everyone, and be safe out there.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire burning in his soul.
Thank you, Liquored Up with Poncho.
He rides on 2 wheels, ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow, he takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry.
Brother Provo, let's go.